Welcome students, parents, staff, and friends of Augusta County to Connecting with Augusta County Schools. I'm Eric Bond, and I proudly serve as your division superintendent. Please join me throughout the year as we take a closer look at our outstanding division and how we strive to serve every child, every day. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Eric Bond, Superintendent of Augusta County Schools, and welcome to another edition of Connecting with Augusta County. We are thrilled today to have as our guest Miss Emily Hewitt. Miss Hewitt is a first grade teacher at Stuarts Elementary School, and she has also just been named the Augusta County Teacher of the Year. So congratulations, Miss Hewitt. Welcome.
Thank you.
And we are pleased to have you on Connecting with Augusta County Schools. So, Ms. Hewitt, why don't you tell us, our listeners a little bit about yourself, kind of where you grew up and how you kind of got to where you are today as a classroom teacher for us?
So I actually grew up in the county. I went through Riverhead's school system. So I went to Riverhead's high school, and I was more of the band geek. I was in marching band and concert band, and I did drama, and athletics was not something that I'm good at. When I came out of Riverhead's, I went to UVA, and at UVA I got my undergraduate in religious studies and my master's in teaching, and I graduated a year early. And then I got hired at Stuarts Elementary as a third grade teacher, and I loved it. And then I moved to first grade, and that's where I am now.
So why teaching? Certainly with all the opportunities out there in the world, and UVA graduate, you certainly probably had your choice of occupations you wanted to go to. So why go into teaching?
So I think I was born with teaching in my brain. I was a kid that got whiteboards and posters and teaching sticks for Christmas so that I could play teacher. And when I was little, I would play teacher with my grandpa, but he wouldn't play right. He was little Johnny, and he wouldn't listen to anything I said. And he taught me a very important lesson that sometimes it's more about compromise than control with little kids. So I carried that with me. I've always wanted to be a teacher, and now I am one.
So with that being said, in talking with a lot of teachers and a lot of folks in public education, they may have had one teacher in their life that was a huge influence on them, that may have, sparked that interest in education. Is that the case for you? Was there a mentor or a teacher that you had that you really looked up to and you thought, that's what I want to do?
So there wasn't one specifically. As I went through, I kind of got inspiration from each one of my teachers, but I do distinctly remember playing teacher as my kindergarten teacher, Miss Fisher. She taught at Riverhead's Elementary, and I remember wanting to be like her because she had rabbits and she was cool and she wore cool outfits for Valentine's Day, and so she inspired me a lot when I first started.
Okay, great. So we also have another special guest with us today that has actually phoned in to our show today, and that's Mrs. Tina Bowersox. She is the principal at Stuarts Elementary School. Ms. Bowersox, welcome to Connecting with Augusta County Schools.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So obviously you know that our guest today is one of your first grade teachers, Ms. Hewitt, who has also been named the Augusta County Public Schools Teacher of the Year. And we thought it would be a good idea to have you as a guest. And maybe you can tell us a little bit about Ms. Hewitt and what makes her so special for our students and certainly deserving of the award of Augusta County Teacher of the Year.
All right. Well, I would absolutely love to. Miss Hewitt is outstanding in many, many ways. It's hard to name just a few. Start with the fact that she's kind and patient beyond measure. She truly adores her kids. The students are her number one priority. And one of the things that indicates that is she knows each and every one of them so well. She knows their academic needs. She knows their social emotional needs, their physical needs. She even knows what their personal passions and interests are. So she works so well with all varieties of students. And she definitely works really well with her colleagues and everyone else in the building as well. Something else that makes Miss Hewitt stand apart, though, is what I would say innovation and creativity. She brings student engagement to a whole nother level. We read a book called The Wild Card last year, and Miss Hewitt has become the epitome of what that book promotes. She teaches thematically, she integrates subject areas, she makes learning authentic and engaging. Miss Hewitt's classroom has been everything from an ocean filled with sharks to the Godspeed, Discovery, and Susan Constant when they were studying Christopher Newport. She loves room transformations and all things to make learning engaging and exciting and authentic for kids. I can also talk about her work ethic all day. She's an amazing worker, puts in way too many hours. One of the things I'll point out about that, we talked at a meeting about the fact that some of our youngest students coming out of kindergarten and then going into first grade were struggling to lose their reading ability over the summer. So the very next day, Miss Hewitt approached me about volunteering to give her time over the summer to create a transition program for students so that they don't lose that reading skill over the summer. So just an amazing work ethic. There's so much more I could say. She's intelligent, she's kind, she's hardworking, and she's just a pretty awesome human being.
Well, I think it's from your comments, it's clear to see why she's an outstanding teacher and deserving of the award of Augusta County Teacher of the Year. Let me ask you one other question.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we don't have the opportunity to talk to any of her students, but if we were able to talk to any of her students, what do you think they would say about her?
I've got a great one for that. I did go around and talk to her kiddos when she was nominated as our Teacher of the Year here at Stuarts Elementary. And I asked them what they liked about Miss Hewitt, and they just kept saying, I love her, I love her, I love her. And I said, okay, that's great. Tell me why. Tell me things she does. She's nice, she's sweet, she teaches us reading, she teaches us math. And then one little fella just he stood up and almost was frustrated with me, and he said, I just love her. And that's just so typical of what I think most of her students would say about her. They just love her to pieces because they know that she loves them.
Well, thank you, Ms. Bowersox, for being with us today and sharing those thoughts, not only your thoughts, but some of the thoughts of Ms. Hewitt's students. We appreciate what you're doing as well and your leadership there at Stuarts Elementary School. Stay safe and stay strong.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bond.
So I would like to extend thanks to my network of support. My family, my church family, and my school family has been incredibly supportive because we've talked about as teachers, we have to work long hours, and it is a job where you're constantly giving, and I'm very blessed that I have so much support that gives back to me and fills my bucket up so that I can fill it up for the students.
Ms. Hewitt, if you were asked the question from, say, a high school student or maybe even one of your students or middle school student or even maybe an adult in the private sector that may be interested to get into teaching and becoming a teacher, what advice would you give them?
I would say it's a two-part advice. The first is that it's a work of art. You have to really own what you do in the classroom and be creative and make it your own. And the second part is it's a work of heart. You have to go in loving the students. You have to be ready to build relationships. You have to be willing to compromise with them to get what they need and meet their needs. So it's two parts, work of art and work of heart.
Excellent. Well, thank you. The way Augusta County Public Schools goes through the process of selecting the Teacher of the Year, we ask all 20 of our schools to have a building representative for Teacher of the Year. And obviously, Ms. Hewitt was the representative from Stuarts Elementary School this year. All of our representatives are to be congratulated. And so what I would like to do now is first, I want to introduce the two individuals that make this show work. So our director is Mrs. Justine Lunsford. She is one of our instructional coaches for our elementary schools, and our producer is Mrs. Molly Shiflett. She is an instructional technology resource teacher. And ladies, first of all, let me thank you for all your efforts in putting together, connecting with Augusta County Schools. I couldn't do it without you, and I greatly appreciate you being part of this. What I would like to do now is actually get you two ladies involved. And as I said earlier, we have representatives from all of our schools as the Teacher of the Year from each school. And if you don't mind, I'd like for the two of you just to read those names and congratulate those folks from all 20 of our schools who are representing Teachers of the Year.
We would like to extend congratulations to Cheryl Bird from Hugh K. Castle Elementary School, Trisha Thompson from Churchville Elementary School. From Clymore Elementary School, congratulations to Jennifer Patanio. From Craigsville Elementary School, Liz Benbow. Congratulations to Jamie Smith from North River Elementary School. And from Riverheads Elementary School, Lauren Kelly. From Stump Elementary School, congratulations to Candy Daffern. And from Wilson Elementary School, congratulations, Sarah Stoll.
Okay, moving on to our middle school candidates, we have Sarah Smith from Beverly Manor Middle School, Nancy Rader from Stuarts Draft Middle School, Risa Akins from Stuart Middle School, and Kathleen Trock from Wilson Middle School. Congratulations to our middle school candidates for Teacher of the Year. Moving on to the high school, we have Miss Billy Sue Brill from Buffalo Gap, Cynthia Schroer from Fort Defiance, Jill Gavitt from Riverheads, Katie Sermonera from Stuarts Draft, and Kara Irving from Wilson Memorial. We would also like to extend a congratulations to Cassie Maxton Whitaker from the Shenandoah Valley Governor's School and to Angela Small from Valley Career and Technical Center. Congratulations to all of our candidates, and a special congratulations to Emily from Stuarts Draft Elementary.
Yay! Congratulations.
Congratulations to all of our building representatives for Teacher of the Year. You are outstanding instructional leaders in your own right in your own school, and we greatly appreciate what you do every day for our students here in Augusta County Schools. So congratulations once again. Ms. Hewitt, before we leave, I do have one last question to ask you. And unfortunately, we're out of school now for the COVID-19 pandemic. I know we miss our students terribly and our faculty terribly, but this is something we need to do and stay strong to make our community safe. I think I know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway, just in case some of your students from your class are listening. But what do you miss the most right now, being out of school and being away from Stuarts Draft Elementary School?
So the thing I miss the most is coming in the morning and having the students come in and greet me, and then sitting down on the carpet together for morning meeting and talking about what's going on in their lives. It's been really hard not getting to see them every day, and I miss them terribly, especially to hit at such a sweet spot in the year where we normally get to do all of our end of the year activities, and you've built those relationships and you just get to hang out with them. And even though that we didn't get that closure this year, I would like them to know that it's not over. The relationship isn't over. You can still come by anytime for a hug or for a chat when we come back to school. So, yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you for being a guest with us, and we appreciate all that you do for our students. We appreciate you being our guest today on Connecting with Augusta County Schools. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel to get updates on our latest episodes. Our episodes can always be found on Augusta County Schools' Facebook page and website.